The good folks at TheStreet.com ask, how much do you really need to retire? Big numbers thrown around on TV can scare people, but how much they really can save. That's a weird subtopic there. Okay, let's talk about this. I actually like this article quite a bit, so I wanted to share with you a guy named Scott Van Voorhees, or Voorhees, from February 2019. Big numbers thrown around on TV can scare people, but how much they can really save. I don't understand that. Definitely need some editors here. That's the drawback about the internet. I got typos for sure, but that's odd. But anyway, let's go into this. How much money do you need to retire? Financial advisor old Susie Orman last year sparked an internet firestorm when she pegged it at $5 million. Albeit for those who want to retire early. It's hard not to find financial experts in the media spouting out sums ranging from $1 million in assets to as much as 10. That guy Grant Cardone. However, such numbers can be discouraging to many people while not being particularly relevant or useful when it comes to hammering out retirement plans. I completely agree. How much you need will depend on a myriad of financial and personal factors that sweeping estimates, seven-figure estimates thrown out on TV and the media rarely dig into and account for. You think? A long sentence, but basically saying how much you need depends on other things than not just saying you need $1 million. There are many ways to work on projections. The flat I need $2 million or Susie says $5 million is too generic and self-defeating for the majority of Americans, says this guy from a Seacoast bank in Florida. In fact, I had a lady on the YouTube channel just email me or even put on the comment that her some guy she was talking to said she needed $6 million. Like, where does this come from? Where do you get that number? Some dude just says you need $6 million. So this guy worked for Northwestern Mutual, and I don't know if I don't know. I don't know what the thought process there. I mean, does he have some annuity trying to sell her because she's not gonna have $6 million? So I'll sell you some insurance product that will make up the difference. It's weird, man. All right, faulty accounting. Those multi-million-dollar estimates certainly sound frightening, but they're hardly at all cracked up they are to be. Just take the $10 million number that's occasionally thrown out. The number is based on retirement scenarios that guarantee 100% success probability, which ensures that you'll never outlive your savings, says this guy Nolte. That means you would need enough in the bank and investment accounts to live off the interest and gains generated and never draw down the principal. That, in turn, is how you get to retirement sticker shock. Such projections also typically don't take into account the home equity built up over the decades and the ability to tap into it with reverse mortgage, says this guy Nolte. And more than one client has blithely dismissed the one guaranteed source of income, Social Security. Yeah. Those are certainly intense policy debates on the need to shore up Social Security as a huge baby boom generation continues cashing in on its retirement benefits. But the fixes, while not necessarily popular, are far from cataclysmic, with proposals that include raising the retirement age a couple years and increasing the taxes above the current max. This is actually 130, I think, this year. People throw away their Social Security benefit as if it'll never be there, and don't do that. If you're watching this channel and you're doing that, this is not the channel for you. Don't do it. I'm telling you, Social Security is going to be there. You're going to get paid. I don't know how much it's going to be, but it'll represent a pretty substantial part of your retirement savings. And if you're really doing retirement planning and you're not factoring Social Security, you're doing it wrong. Avoiding sticker shock. Financial planners say more helpful than setting lofty retirement savings targets is embarking on an individualized planning process that takes into account retirement account wants, dreams, and expectations. Chris Schiffer said his firms run retirement cash flows projections at each client check-in meeting. But planners at AEPG also discuss different scenarios on what retirement looks like for them. This involved plugging in different possibilities in the plan, such as downsizing and moving to a warmer state, vacation plans, visits with grandchildren, and seeing how it holds up. Planners at the firm also look at possible things that can go awry in retirement and stress test the plan based on some of those potential issues. They also try to break the plan with the worst case scenarios. That's good. Financial planners at other firms also eschew focusing on a big end number, concentrating instead on what percentage of income clients need to save each year in order to have enough to live on retirement. Don't do that either. No. We need to find out the beginning, which is how much you need. Well, I don't know, Josh. Well, if you don't know, then we can't do any retirement planning. So how do I do it? You save as much as you can. Nothing wrong with doing that. You pay down your debt and you save. Well, can you do both? Yes, absolutely. You save in your 401k and you pay down debt with the other amount. All there is to it. I mean, with your 401k up to the match. If they don't provide a match, you save into your Roth. If you're married, both y'all save into a Roth without question. If you can do 10% of your income into a Roth IRA of some sort or savings account of some sort, you're going to be fine. Because you're already doing 6.2% into Social Security, and then on top of that, when your employer's putting in, that's another 6.2. So that's 12.4% right there. So if you can save 10 and your employer and your Social Security is 12.4, that's almost 25% of your income is going to retirement savings. That's fine, man, without question. But Josh, what if I can only save 5? That's fine, without question. Don't just whatever you do, don't take on more debt. That's the big boogaboo right there. Don't take on more debt. So if you can only save 3, but you're not taking on debt, that's a win, man. That is a win. There's no size fits all, says Dana Anspach, who wrote a book on something like this. And a 30-year-old making $40,000 who wants to retire at 66 and maintain a 40-year income would need to save 10% a year. But a 45-year-old making $200,000 would have to sock away 30% a year to maintain the same lifestyle in retirement, says Dana. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. That's simply not true. That's simply not true. A 45-year-old making $200,000 is paying, it's not quite 7.65, but it's paying, let's say 6. It's probably even more than that. The first 135 is going to Social Security, FICA, and after that, it's 2.4 is going to Medicare. We'll just say 6.5%. So the person making 200,000, 6.5% of his income is going to FICA. So that's over $12,000 right out the gate. On top of that, saving that 10% a year, we'll just say that's another 20,000 right out the gate. I mean, and then on top of that, that person's in the 24% tax bracket. So roughly, we'll just say the effective tax rate is 20%, losing 20% in taxes. All right, so you can, I mean, geez, I just don't get. So 20% taxes on $200,000 leaves her 160. So she's losing 40,000 taxes, losing another 20,000 in IRAs, or not IRA, 401k contributions, losing another 12,000 in FICA. I mean, we're losing. That's $60,000 a year that this person is losing for basically just cost of living, just to get into the door, to open up the door to start work. So she is not living on 200,000. She's not. She's living off 140,000. That's what she's living on. So maintain her lifestyle is not a $200,000 lifestyle. Your lifestyle is not 200,000. Your lifestyle is 140 because you're losing out all that money to taxes, to FICA, and then to your 401k plan. And all those things will be gone once you stop. So why do we say that person needs to maintain that lifestyle 200,000 when she's not living that lifestyle to begin with? We try to remind people that you're saving for the future you. There aren't many negative consequences with saving too much, but the consequences with saving too little can cause decades of struggles. There are completely tons of consequences of saving too much. That you're delaying gratification for a future that might not come. That doesn't mean you just, again, willy-nilly go and start spending. But if you have an opportunity to take that trip with your beloved and you're saying, this is a good time to do it, and it's going to cost us $5,000, but I'm not taking on debt, I think we can make it happen, then freaking take the trip, man. Hold hands, go out there, whisper sweet nothings while you're looking at the Eiffel Tower. If you ever want to do that, I don't know, but maybe you want to go to Paris. I don't. But I would like to go to Dublin. That'd be kind of cool. So I'll take Charlotte to Dublin, go see where her dad's family's from, which I think, is that Galway? I don't think it's Galway where he's from. I forgot. But anyway, it would be cool to see the old Rooney clan in Ireland for sure. That's my wife's maiden name. I'm not sure where we're from. I forgot where we're from. But anyway, I don't remember. But anyway, it'd be cool, man, for sure. But what happens if we postpone that because we're saying there's no negative consequences about saving too much, and now I get a heart attack, I'm dead. And you can hit a big savings number, still not have enough if it doesn't align with your expenses and spending in retirement, says this financial planner here in Atlanta. And you can hit a big savings number, still not have enough. Yeah, if it doesn't align with your expenses, you think. For example, if you have $1 million but spend $100,000 a year, your savings won't last that long. Well, it could. If you got $50,000 a year from Social Security, you're taking $50,000 a year off that $1 million, you're gonna be fine. It's important to look at the number of potential variables, such as what happens if you retire early or forced to retire early or wind up living longer than you expect. There's rarely a target number that people focus on when it comes to savings. It's more akin to how comfortable do you want to be while you're retired and how much money will it take to provide that. All right, here's the problem. I don't have any comments in here. Yeah, see, I was going to put a comment here because I get frustrated, as you could probably tell, to no end saying your lifestyle is 200,000. You want to maintain that lifestyle. You need to sock away 30% a year to maintain that $200,000 lifestyle. I hate that because it's just simply silly. On top of that, if you have $1 million and you want to spend 100,000 a year, well, it's actually not that hard as long as you maintain or manage your Social Security correctly. And if you, I mean, just literally, it's not. I mean, yeah. Will you get 50,000 a year in Social Security? Sure, absolutely. I mean, think about it. If your PIA is $2,600 a month right now, and then you wait for Social Security, you wait until you're 70 to take it, you'll times that by 1.24. So now it's 32.44 right there. Let's times that by 12. So my Social Security just on that right there is $38,000. Now my PIA is 2,600. So that's 13,000. 1,300 a month. Just say my spouse times 12. So that's 15,000. I mean, right there between her, Charlotte, if she would just take a spousal benefit, which is 1/2 of my 2,600, and I get my benefit with the delayed earnings credits, we're going to be making 38,000. We'll be making 54,500 right there, which means we only have to take 4.5% from that $1 million. The thing that annoys me here is they don't answer. They don't answer the question how much you really need to retire. I mean, and I get that. The reason, and you read these thinking, I'd like to know how much I really need to retire. But the reason they don't answer it is because I don't know. The whole point comes down to what your expenditures are, without question. And everything comes down to your expenditures. You know that, and you'll know how much you need to retire. If you don't know that, then what you do is you don't take on more debt, and you save what you can. That's all there is to it. And there's literally nothing more you can do. Just don't take on more debt, save what you can, and pay, or I guess I should add, pay down your other debt as well. All right, hope this helps. As always, don't forget to put comments down below, smash the like button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks now.